Well guys, look who's back again. Rattle Can Professional. Got some plastic dip here for my bezels. My trim is going to go up front. Maybe get to that in this one. Got my gloss paint for this. Another can of rusty primer. Perfect for this. And had to get a new paint gun. Still not an expensive one, but I got a new one. So we're going to try that out. Hopefully in this one you guys are going to see bottom of this done. See the primer all touched up, and maybe start jamming this thing out. It's going to be pretty sweet. Let's see what I can do. Alrighty guys, first thing I'm going to do today, I got about half of this, maybe you'd even call it 3/4 scuffed. I still got to finish all in this area, not quite done. Had some big ideas how I was going to paint it. Going to paint that gloss, I was going to undercoat this, kind of two-tone it, thought it'd look cool. But like I said, I found out need that mat on there, so there's no point in taking all this time what's going to be underneath the mat. So now just going to paint it. So I'm going to move everything from the intro off this hood and get started scuffing it up and hopefully get some primer and paint on it. Well, I thought it'd be really cool to put some thinner in that gun, spray over the bottom of that hood, that way I could wipe it down. But I do not have the right size thread going the bottom of it. Tried dropping some of the fittings off of my air guns and stuff, do not fit. So now, I think a good old water bottle with a little hole in the top ought to work just fine. Good thing I spilled about half this. So we'll get that sprayed on, get the bottom of that hood wiped down, and should be ready for some primer. Alrighty, got these bad boys all cleaned up. Heard my wife pull out, so I ran in, used her kitchen sink real quick, and got these things spotless. So now I'm going to get back, time for some black paint on the underneath side of the hood, and I might get the headlight bezels, get them cleaned up, and get them ready for plastic dip also. So, a lot of things going on, getting stuff done though. Now, I have never tried plastic dip before. Well, let me turn that can so you guys can see it. Never tried that before, but I'm going to give it a whirl. Seems like some pretty good stuff, so I don't really want to scuff that chrome up. I mean, it's not perfect, but you hate to, just ruin it for good. So I'm going to try the plastic dip. Them headlight bezels, brand new, same deal. I'd hate to really scuff them up and try to paint them. So we'll cover them in that, and I'll get back to you guys and let you know how it goes. Hey guys, 2 big thumbs up for this plastic dip. Really happy with how that stuff came out. It sprays weird. It ain't like paint. I don't really know how to even explain it, but I think it turned out pretty darn good on these. So I'm going to go ahead and put these headlight bezels on the headlights and the buckets and just Unless it seems too soft, then I'm going to back off of it. But just to kind of clean things up around here a little bit, get them headlights assembled, and then probably move on to start washing up these fenders and the top part of the hood and touch up my prime areas and get to sanding again. Another thing checked off the list. I think them things turned out super nice. Excited to see them on that truck, see what they look like. I played around, hooked them up to a battery a little bit and kind of looked at the lights, and boy, these suckers are going to be bright. But I had to run back out and look. These have a little bit of writing on them. Had to make sure I was putting them with the writing facing up, because that would have drove me nuts if they were upside down. So now these are done, I can kind of put them back, get them out of the way, and start cleaning up in here, start getting all this stuff set up, because I got just a few little areas I burned through block sanding. I got to touch up primer. I apologize if I've already told you guys about it before. I do not remember. There's a spot. So I'm going to get these washed, give them all a good hand wash, see what I need to touch up, and probably get the truck moved back in here today. Oh yeah, there's a big spot over there on the door I got to prime. But we're going to get to that. Alrighty guys, got my parts all laid out and hand washed. Everything turned out super good. When they were all wetted down, I could look over my body work. Everything, pretty happy with it. Getting ready to touch up the paint on this. I pulled the cab out here, was going to go ahead and touch up the primer areas on it so everything be ready to jam tomorrow. But here is the problem I found. Had one spot the Bondo cracked on. But, I mean, at least the truck ain't painted. Scraped it off a little bit with the screwdriver, seeing what I had. It's just one little area. I got to sand it down, re-Bondo it. No telling why that happened. It peeled off really easy right there in the middle of it, but once I started chipping, I got to where I couldn't chip that off no more with the screwdriver. So that's all adhered pretty good. Just feather that, re-Bondo it. So one little spot there, and on the other side, I got to sand that a little bit more. I had some problems there. But had a little bit of surface rust coming through right there, which is weird because I don't think I got it down to bare metal. But we'll touch all that up on this probably after I get this stuff primered. I'm going to go ahead and touch them areas up, put 2 coats on it. Then I can move them in, and while that's drying, I can jump back on the cab and touch up them areas. So probably going to set me another day or 2 out from being able to jam this thing. But hey, it is what it is. Let's get going. Alrighty guys, after seeing all the problem areas on this cab, I threw about a 10-minute temper tantrum, and then I started to get back to work. Got all them parts over there touched up, all that's ready to be sanded. I got this little area here, and I remembered my daughter, she's 4 years old, I was waxing a car, and she thought it'd be a good idea to help me, and she put wax on that before I painted it. I scrubbed that sucker down. Guess I didn't get it good enough, that's why I had problems with the paint there. Everything else is touched up besides my little fiberglass area over here where the Bondo cracked. I did not find nothing under there. Chipped that off. There was no rust or anything. Just did not adhere well. So feathered it till it was adhered good. Hit it with some 60 grit. Covered that back over. Hopefully that's good. The little gun I was using, amazing. One of the good takeaways from today. That thing was perfect for touching these areas up. But now I'm starting to get a plan. I'm kind of thinking I can jam all this out tomorrow. Get all that jammed out. Because that's not going to really affect me. I got my body line touched up there. That's far enough away. Same deal with the other side. I think I can jam that to color and paint the truck. I don't think it's going to hurt them little areas. And then I can jam all this stuff. That way I can go ahead and start assembling it. Once it's assembled, I can still be working on that little area up there. I'll touch that one up with primer tomorrow before I start jamming it. And I'm just going to keep moving along with this thing. It's about high time something happens to it. Oh, look at that little project truck back there. May or may not have an S10 with a V8 in it that I would like to put that truck on the frame, but we'll talk about that in another video. I'm going to get back to cleaning up and getting these parts moved in, set up for jamming them out tomorrow. Alrighty guys, I saved you from seeing me wrap all this stuff up. Want to protect that new paint on the underside of the hood. wanted to protect the inside of the fender. So I got all them covered up. I got to go ahead and scuff the insides of the door. I'm going to check these. I think I scuffed them. I don't really remember. So I'm going to scuff them, scuff the fenders. And I would like to jam everything at one time. I'd love to have the truck in here, do the jams, hit all this stuff in one whack. But I don't have room. I could if I cleaned, but I'm excited. I want to see the paint on this stuff. So I'm going to try to get all this stuff scuffed, cleaned up, ready. And hopefully everything goes good. We'll be priming, or not priming, we'll be jamming tonight. So let's get at it. Alright, primer touched up, now on to sealer. Alright guys, sealer on, first coat of paint, here we go. Well guys, that's going to do it for another one. Appreciate you guys watching. I'm pretty happy with how that paint went down. The bottom of the door, I got a big flat area. It looks a little bit rougher. I didn't lay that clear down thick enough, but hey, I'm learning as I go along. So why don't you guys hit that subscribe button, let me know in the comments how I'm doing, and we'll see you next time.